In a previous video, I told you to avoid trading with team of the season players. It's incredibly difficult to find a good deal on a bid because of the competition. In that video, instead of going for team of the seasons, I recommended to look at other methods such as team of the week trading and the 1-2-3 method. But since that video, I've still had loads of messages asking exactly how to trade with team of the seasons. And this is exactly what we will be going through within this video. But before we do get into the video, if you're looking to get some very easy coins, then there is no better place than Mule Factory. Head over there to get yourself some cheap, fast FIFA coins, completely reliable, and if you use Fnatic5 at checkout, you also get yourself a 5% discount. Link can be found in the description down below. Getting back into the video, you can still trade with team of the seasons, but the whole premise of that previous video was that it is incredibly difficult. For you to get a good deal which will give you 2, 3, 4,000 coins plus on a bid is unlikely, purely because of the amount of people that are currently looking to buy team of the seasons. There's loads of people looking to trade with these players, and there's also loads of people looking to get them for their team. And this has led to some situations where you'll be bidding on a player which may have a lowest buy now of 20,000, but a bid somehow miraculously reaches 21,000. And I know it sounds ridiculous, but so many people are caught up in just trying to get some of these team of the season players just because they're right in front of them that they're willing to bid a bit higher than the lowest buy now. I know, it's crazy, but there are times when this happens. And of course, if you are looking to trade with a player like that, there is no possible way that you can make coins. So with all of that in mind, let's go through 3 different ways in which you can trade with team of the seasons. The first way is by bidding. Yes, I know I just said that it is extremely difficult, but there is a point in which you can get some of these players. If you look to bid on 20 different players, you may be able to get anywhere between 1 to 5 depending on the time in which you are trading. And the ones that you do get won't be insanely good deals, which gives you thousands of coins in profit. You may be able to get anywhere between a couple hundred up to maybe 1,500 if you're lucky. And these players certainly will not be within the top 5 major leagues. As more team of the seasons come out, they are going to be those lower rated, less desirable team of the season players, but at the end of the day, they will still be giving you profit. Now, as time goes on, if you was to go through normal bidding where you just search for team of the seasons, go across the transfer market, find those that currently have bids on, add them to your watch list, compare the player's price, and then bid on them if they are still listed lower than the lowest buy now, at some point in the future, this method will be great because it always works with every type of promo. It's just, as of right now, there is way too much hype around team of the seasons that it's a lot more difficult to get these trades right this second. But once we do get towards the end of team of the season and EA starts to bring out new types of promos such as the footies, this is when trading like this will be great. If you want something that's going to give you more wins and you can make slightly more coins per trade, this is where we need to start mixing things up. You can't just look at a team of the season, look for the lowest buy now and bid less than it. You need to add in position modifiers and chemistry styles so that you're looking at a slightly different group for that specific player. You're no longer looking at the lowest buy now because by adding a position modifier or a chemistry style, it gives it a higher perceived value. So you do need to bid slightly higher, but as soon as you do go above that threshold, it does mean that you're going to have less competition and you will still be able to sell it for more because it has a higher buy now as well. Now, the way that I've been doing this isn't anything fancy. We're not even really bidding on players, but just know that it is an option if you have the patience to sit there on the transfer market and add players such as team of the seasons with different chemistry styles and position modifiers to your watch list and wait for them to go down to the last 30 seconds. But what I've been doing is either adding a position modifier or chemistry style to the team of the season itself, or I've just been looking for players that have already been converted and then listed back onto the transfer market. Really, both of these can be done at the exact same time. I would use a site such as FootWiz or FootBin to get a list of all the different team of the season players that I would be looking for. I don't particularly want to look at anyone above 30,000 coins because that's where your profit margins aren't so much because of the 5% EA tax. This will give me a list of loads of different team of the season players, and I will go through the FIFA transfer market, type in each player's name in, and then looking at them with different chemistry styles and those which currently have position modifiers applied to them. Of course, those such as goalkeepers and centre backs, they can't be moved, so it is only the chemistry styles. And there's also some positions which aren't worth looking at, such as if you're going to go right back to right wing back and left back to left wing back. They're really not worth going for because it's going to take a bit of time for you to sell them on. But whilst I'm going through each player's name, which is suitable, I'm just comparing the prices. If I search for a team of the season striker and I look to see what price he's listed at with a hunted chem style, and they're all listed at 25,000, but there's one listed at 20,000, I can buy the one listed at 20,000 and relist it to be 24, ready for me to still be the cheapest on the market. If anyone's looking for that player, they're going to buy them, and that would still give me profit at the end of the day. With this method, they're not going to sell straight away. You may need to relist them several times. Most of the time that they do sell is when I list them for 12 hours overnight. But as long as you keep on relisting, eventually they will sell and you will be able to make profit from this method. And a good thing with this is that it is infinitely scalable. So by me telling you to do this, it really doesn't matter because you got every team of the season player that is currently within the game, and you can times that by how many position modifiers there are and also how many chemistry styles there are. So the chances of you competing against other players doing this, it's also worth pointing out that if you do notice a player to be a lot more expensive with a position modifier compared to their normal basic card, you could buy the position modifiers or chemistry styles to change that player to give them a higher value yourself. This is a lot more work, but still a great way to make coins. And then a final way in which I've been making coins from team of the seasons is a method that for most of the year I've recommended for most players to stay away from, but in this case I'm telling you to actually go through it, and this is sniping. Now sniping was in one of my previous videos where I said that there is better ways for you to trade. And the time that it takes for you to sit there and actively search for a player over and over again for there to finally be a good deal, you could just use that to go through the bulk bidding method. But as already established, if you are bidding on team of the seasons, it's unlikely that you will get them. This is why it's a good time for you to just snipe team of the seasons. Now how you do this, there's a number of different filters out there. There's not one filter that fits all. How I've been doing this personally is by typing in a specific player's name that is part of that week's team of the season, so they're still currently within packs. That way, if anyone is to go and pack them, once they list them on a transfer market, if they want a quick sell, they're going to list them below the lowest buy now. That's where I'm able to snipe, hopefully win them, and then relist them back onto the transfer market. You can put together a sniping filter where you can look for a group of players rather than it just being one, you're going to have a lot more success. But with that said, even just by looking at one specific player, I'm probably able to get one of two of these every single minute. The amount of coins that I'm able to make from these trades will vary. Sometimes I am just making a couple hundred coins profit after the 5% EA tax, but just like most sniping filters, that is your minimum price. That's the minimum amount of profit that you would like to make. There's still room for a lot of players to be listed thousands of coins below that price, which if you're quick enough, you will be able to win them. It's just about being in the right place at the right time and being quick with the controller to buy that player. The hardest part with this is actually finding a good player that is packed quite often, and for those that do pack them, they're able to list them immediately onto the transfer market looking for a quick sell, so they're happy to lower their price. But once you find one of these players as part of the current team of the season, you will be able to use them for a week. My recommendation is to milk them. Do it as many times as possible so that you're able to make a very good amount of profit for that week. Once that week is up, you will need to go and find a completely different player. But as we are getting multiple teams every single week, with a lot of the team of the seasons that are included being fairly cheap as we are coming towards the end of FIFA 22, it really shouldn't be much of a problem. You will be able to find a number of deals doing this. This is the only time this year that I've recommended actually going through the sniping method. These are the only 3 ways that I've been able to make coins trading with Team of the Seasons. There's probably other methods out there, it's just that they do take a bit of time. Out of the 3 methods, I recommend looking at players out of their position or with a different chem style, or you could even go and use sniping. Normal bidding will be able to win you deals, but it was only included as a courtesy because at some point that method will be a lot better, but as of right now you're not going to be winning many, and for those that you do win, you're not going to be able to make an insane amount. If you do have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. But anyway guys, I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, but for now I'm going to see ya.